So this cabin is 7005. It's 225 square feet. The room itself, after we measured it, is actually 205 square feet. The bathroom is 20 square feet. And I'll show you that bathroom. The room is actually larger than what we thought, even though it's a lot smaller than what we normally cruise in. So there are 3 closets. The first closet is a hanging closet. Up at the top you have the coffee machine and the coffee cups that we took off the desk area. We just stored up there because we're not using it. This is the second and third closet. These are drawers in them. If you look down to the left, you'll see a fan under the lamp. And what happens is that all the walls are magnetic, so if you buy items, you could stick them to the wall. Like we were able to stick that fan to the wall because it's magnetic. There's a safe in there, and as you can see, one of the concerns we had about coming on board was the lack of space. But there's actually a lot of space left. I'll go back and show you the first closet. I'll show you something we've done. So one of the things we did before we came on board was that we looked at a lot of videos and photos of residents that were currently on board. Again, we had concern about how would you fit enough clothes to go around the world. And one of the things that we saw is that people would purchase off of Amazon these space saver hooks. So actually on one hanger you could hang 3 shirts or dresses or pairs of pants. And so this frees up a lot of space. The other thing with the residential cruising is that it's not like a normal cruise where you have to dress up every night for dinner. You could go to dinner with jeans on and just the clothes that you wore during the day to go in the port. So that saves up a lot of time. Also, again, to do your laundry twice a week. So there's really not that much need to bring a lot of clothes. Again, a lot of the ports that you go to have these t-shirts that are relatively cheap. You could buy them like we've all seen on previous cruises, and then just wear them a number of times, and as they start falling apart, you just buy more t-shirts. Again, I'll just show you the walls are all magnetic. You see how our hats are hanging. We've got a poncho. We just put these magnetic hooks, which you can buy off of Amazon. There are 2 sizes. One is these hold up 30 pounds, and then you have larger hooks that hold up 100 pounds. And a lot of people have used those. Down here, you have a refrigerator. And you keep wine, soft drinks, desk area, television, and 2 areas to sit. Looks like I confiscated the area under the front of the mirror, and then Jackie took this chair. Sofa does not open up, but it's really comfortable. It's where we've kind of hung out a lot. Then another chair there. A lot of light coming through the windows, but when you close these curtains, it's really dark. It keeps the room dark. So this is the bathroom. Bathroom is 20 square feet. Again, we measured it. One of the things we brought on the trip was a tape measure, so we could measure things. You have 2 areas to keep medicine and other items. They supply you soap, shampoo, conditioner. The shower, even though it looks relatively small, is actually quite large. And you're able to fit in there, especially after you've been on Manjaro and you've lost 60 pounds. Again, really functional. One of the things we wanted when we were looking was to have a lot of counter space, and this one does have a lot of counter space, so it works out well. This is the balcony for the cabin. Currently it's set up with a table, 2 chairs, 1 lounge chair. We actually move things around, and we think that we were able to fit 2 lounge chairs on this balcony. It's covered, and relatively a lot of space. It's actually pretty nice. Unfortunately, we're up here in the northwest, and so it was pretty cold the last few days, and we haven't had a chance to really use the balcony all this much. This is the 9th floor. It's like a sun deck area. Already a little covered area is a smoking area. One of the things that they've discussed about doing is having a sun golf simulator set up somewhere up here on this deck. You'll hear the horns blowing of the different ships because it's real quite foggy this morning. Actually, it's about 5:30 in the morning. The sun's already out. Pool deck. Have a paddleball court. It's used quite a bit. Afternoon, you always see people out here. Normally 4 people at a time playing paddleball. Here's a seating area. It's covered. There's lounges. They'll have cushions on here later today. Then on this side again, you have more covered area. So staircase going downstairs to the 7th floor and below. Pool area, two pools, sitting area, lounges all along here. Grab some sun. No covering. Again, they'll cover this with mattresses after a while. They have 2 jacuzzis. They've had problems getting these things going. Different ports missing, installed, not put in correctly, or whatever. So the jacuzzis are currently not working. Again, here's the second pool. Right now everything's drained because of the weather, and normally when it's fully functional, even this solid area here will probably have about 6 inches or a foot of water in it between the 2 pools. They have water aerobics out here on a daily basis. Not sure who would come out here and do it now because, man, it's quite cold. Normally they'll do these things about 10 o'clock in the morning, I think. Here's a bar area. It's called Mike's Bar. It's named after the CEO of the company, the chairman now, Mike Peterson. 6 televisions. Little covered area right here also underneath the bar. Walk around to the back of the ship. The cabin where Jack and I is at is actually forward the staff. Get a picture of how it looks. Fog setting in, we're moving in. Moving from Victoria up to Vancouver today. Today's gonna be a CD. Not move very fast. The aft area of the ship has a lot of seating area. When we come out here during the day, even like today when we're going to be at sea, this seating area will have a lot of empty spaces for people to sit. So it's not crowded at all. So we're still up on the 8th floor. This is still aft. This is a restaurant that's in development. They'll have set up, and this restaurant will be a specialty restaurant. They'll have a cost associated with it to eat here, and the meals that will be served here will be depending on what area of what part of the world you're in, and the chef will develop a menu based upon that part of the world. You know, Vietnamese food, Chinese food, Japanese food, you know, South American food, whatever. They have these things up throughout the ship, basically gives you an idea. So what's going on right there is the support talk they're gonna have on Ketchikan and Wrangell later this afternoon. They do a good job of having port talks for the residents. Here's something else. They have guest speakers on board. Some of them residents, some are brought in separate. The stairways going down to the 7th floor. One of the things I missed on the 8th floor, I have to go back, and that's forward part of the ship. There's a large theater area. I'll go back and show you that. Good morning. This is the 7th floor. They have a large gym area. 5:30 in the morning. They already have people working out. Have a lot of equipment, elliptic bikes, free weights. And actually, it's used quite often by the residents. You'll have people working out in here all the time. You're able to walk out the back to the seating area, space to make your smoothies, things like that. Then you walk outside after the ship. This part of the seating area, I told you, it's always pretty much empty. People come out here and just sit. You have a smoking section, I think further down, next level down maybe. So this is the bridge deck. This is the deck where Jack and I are staying. We're staying forward right here, 7005, and this is where we're currently at in the gym. We'll go down to the 6th deck and they have the grill, Palms Cafe, that, you know, I can never remember names of those places when I'm on a ship, so I just call them buffet or the cafeteria. This is the cafe, and they're getting it set up for morning breakfast. Breakfasts here are just awesome, I'll tell you that. They, there you go. Good morning.
Good morning.
So again, just setting it up for breakfast. I think early in the morning at 6 a.m. they start with a continental breakfast. And then you have a full breakfast later on. Make to cook omelet. Good morning. Make to cook omelet, things like that. Nice seating area. You can also sit outside. One of the things that Jackie said was these coffee machines would be an issue for her if she's on the ship for a long term. Because the coffee they make out of here is awesome. I think she's been drinking some lattes and stuff. Definitely could add some pounds. The decor of the ship is a little different, a little older, but it's not too bad. So this door's closed, but anyway, it leads outside. You could sit down outside and eat after the ship also. More sitting area outside to eat. So deck 6 has, and this is deck 6. The rest of it is just cabins. I'll just walk through. I'm not going to talk, but I'll walk through, give you a look as to how these cabins are set up. Deck 6 has, these are window views. I believe these back here might possibly be the handicap cabins. These have balconies on them. And again, window views all the way going towards the front. So I'll just walk down a hall and film, not speak. I don't want to wake up anybody up at 5:45 a.m. And then we'll come back out up there in the Neptune Lounge on deck 5. As you walk, you'll see some cabins have name tags on their doors. Again, you have to remember these are residents. People own these cabins now. It's sort of like their own home. So some of them decorate them, different name tags, identify who they are, where their cabin is. You see the cat friendly. You have, I think, 6 cabins, 6 residents that have cats, might be 8. Here's a couple here just got married on the ship itself. They met in Belfast when it first started and ended up getting married, and the ceremony was on the ship about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. So this is the observatory. And again, I'm still learning this GoPro. I thought I had filmed the entire observatory, just took a look and realized I didn't film any of it. So anyway, you're up on the 8th floor. You come in through these doors right here. Walk into the observatory. This is a sitting area in the front of the ship to look over the front of the ship. There's a piano. People come up here and utilize, play. A couple little kids doing some lessons. I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. A lot of nice sun, a lot of viewing area. People come up here, talk, meet, just to relax. Again, remember, a lot of people have cabins with no windows, you know, inside cabins. Oh, look, there's a whale right there, right off the front of the ship. And there is or cabins with just windows, and so a lot of solo people, they'll come up here just to talk, meet, read books, relax. There's a bar. A couple of binoculars up here for the residents to use. The other day with the residential cruise ship, we passed through like a big pile of them, of whales just swimming around, so the captain just shut down the boat. Shut down the boat for 30 minutes. Everybody go out on the decks, come up here, because it was kind of cold and windy and wet, and we're just able to watch the whales moving about in the water, you know, tails showing, things like that. One of the things that's also neat about this residential ship is that a lot of times on a cruise ship, the front end, the point, no one's allowed up there. On this cruise ship, you're allowed to go up here, and you'll see people out here all the time taking pictures, making a Titanic photo out, things like that, playing shuffleboard, which is pretty cool. Again, you know, they own the ship. People who live on the ship own the ship, so kind of make their own rules as they go along. Things they like, things they don't like, and it works well for everyone. Hey, good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. So again, observatory lounge, nice area.